Hi guys, good evening. All right, so I haven't done one of these in a while, and I figured I will grace you all with my beautiful face. I am taking out the embroidery foot on my machine, and I'm gonna put in a new one. Now, there's a story behind this, and hopefully I'm able to finish this up before I wrap up this video. So you know how like you see a lot of people and you see these things. Okay, so if you're an Etsy seller, I'm an Etsy seller. I sell on Etsy and I also sell it on my main site. So I sell on Etsy and you see these things and you get inspired and you're like, oh my gosh, I could totally do that. And then you're like, oh, you know what? I want to do that. And it's always great and it's always nice to start out with that, oh, I could totally do it. You know, there's absolutely nothing wrong with being inspired by what other people are doing. But today I learned a very, very valuable lesson. So I decided that I want to, and sorry, I gotta make sure this thing gets in properly. So I want to, offer embroidered bonnets. But before I start doing that, I obviously want to make sure that it's time, it works out. The time and wise works out because, of course, as they say, time is money. And if you're a small business owner, you calculate the cost of your products based on the time you spend doing the work. So I decided, okay, I'm going to do this. And I want to first see how much time it'll take. And I'll show you guys. Oh, Chris. All right, so let's see. I'm doing something wrong here. There, I'll show you guys the final outcome, but I did finish the bonnet. So this one is actually my prototype, and I will list it on the site and see how it does. This is part of what you call, now I'm drawing a complete blank. You know when you do an experiment to see how it works? So I'm learning, I'm trying to figure out if this is a product I want to offer. So I decided to, do the embroidery and offer it on my website. Now, the thing is, it's not a problem that I have multiple machines. So I am not concerned about tying up just one machine as a result of doing this. No. The issue is I learned today that people who offer embroidered work, oh my God, they have my respect because, it ain't easy. And if you purchase a product that's embroidered, just know that a lot of work went into it, Granted, it's not the person doing it themselves. The machine is doing the bulk of the work, and I'm just doing this to make sure that I'm capturing both sides and, it's actually sewing, and I'm not going to have any issues, okay? So, anyways, the machine is doing the bulk of the work, but the person who is doing the embroidery and setting it up has to make sure that they are actually, the product is being embroidered properly. Okay, so that's the biggest thing. Anyways, so this lesson was definitely well worth learning because, first of all, I bought the embroidery and I was like, okay, so how long does it take to do it? I put it all in my machine. It tells me approximately 30 minutes. So I'm like, okay, I can do other things in 30 minutes. I have orders that I need to do, so not a problem. The part that they don't tell you about the 30 minutes is that embedded in those 30 minutes is the thread you have to change. Now, if you have a multi-needle machine, that's not a problem at all. You can, I'll use this instead. You can easily use your multi-needle machine, not a problem. Now, the problem comes in when you do not have a multi-needle machine. I'm just doing a quick QC here to make sure everything looks good. When you don't have a multi-needle machine, that's when the issue comes in because guess what? You gotta change the thread at for every color. And then it turns out not all embroiders or the people who create these embroidery designs use the same method. What do I mean by that? I've bought some designs off of Etsy where the person who creates it, batches the work so that if you're using a certain thread, it does all of the work that needs to be done in that thread, and then, you're done, and then you can switch out to the next thread. Well, the specific one I got does not have that. So even though when I purchased it, I was like, oh, you know, it's only 5 threads. That's a quick, easy thing. It's not going to take too long. When I started doing it, I realized that multiple times I had to replace the same thread, which I had already put away. So that's extra time that I had not counted on. So again, you know, didn't factor that in. Then the second thing that came through, because I did measure all my stuff beforehand just to make sure that I knew what I was doing. The second thing that came through is, for the first time since I started embroidering, I broke a needle. I have never broken a needle. You know, I guess the tension was too high on this, and I'm not entirely sure. I'm still not entirely sure, but I have a gazillion needles, and machine needles are really, really cheap, so it's not a problem there. But so again, that factored into the time to do this work, right? So now, mind you, this bonnet I started. It's a satin bonnet. I started it at 4:06 p.m. And what time is it now? That's Eastern time. It's 6:25 p.m. Yeah, needless to say, it's cost prohibitive. I might offer it as a custom, but it's not going to be the bulk of, you know, of the work I offer. And I see an area here that I want to go over a little bit so that it doesn't come apart over time. So let me adjust this here. And I can do that because this is a sample and it's a proof of concept. That's the word I was trying to find. Proof of concept. So that's what I'm trying to do here, right? Proof that this actually works. And sorry, that's my project management term. And science, if you worked in the store and studied sciences, which I did, you usually do a proof of concept when you're trying to test out stuff. So that's the same thing I'm doing here, a proof of concept to test out this and see if it works. Anyways, so I did this. And I'm going to show you guys right now. It's a beautiful bonnet. I love the way it's stitched out. This is not a knock on the designer of the product. It's absolutely beautiful. Okay, so this here is the bonnet, and it has a name on there, which it's really, really pretty. And when I finish it, I'm going to take some good pictures so you can see it because the lighting might not be so great. But a bonnet, one single bonnet that takes 2 hours, yo. And the funny thing is, I was all ready to purchase a new embroidery machine that would let me do bigger embroidered items. But then after the time I have spent doing this right now, I don't know if this is something I can offer. So I want to hear from you guys. Like, right now, the amount of time it took me, again, like I said, I am not the one doing the embroidery. The machine is doing it, but you got to set it up and do all that kind of stuff, okay? So it's taken about, you know, give or take 2 hours because I did go do other things. So it's not like I sat here the entire time. But the process of actually putting things together, I would say took a solid hour plus. Okay, so an hour in factoring my time and materials. Like, would you guys pay more than $20 for a kid size satin bonnet? Because I'm trying to figure out if this is even worth it. I want to hear from y'all, so please, you know, be sure to let me know if that's something you would do. Alright, so I'm almost done with this here. And it's going to be a surprise to my little one. She doesn't know yet that she's getting a new bonnet, but she is. And of course, what's going to happen is my other one is going to be like, I want a bonnet too! Why didn't you make me a special one? So I'm going to have to make this thing twice. So that's going to be another 2 hours of my day that I'm not even trying to do. So unless someone knows a child named Jenna, because that's what's embroidered on this one here. That way I don't have to do two, okay? I mean, I'm joking, of course. I mean, I'm going to be taking some time off next week, so hopefully I can get the other one done for my little one. But, yeah, so this was the proof of concept, and it proved to me that people, that, you know, now I have a whole new respect for people who embroider stuff. Like, if you go on TikTok, or, you know, even here on Instagram, you see people doing this stuff, and you're like, oh my god, that's so easy. I can totally do that. No, 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 it's not the same. It's not so easy. It's also like, another one I had seen. I was like, I could totally do this. So they're extra large scrunchies. If you don't know now, those things are it. Like everybody's getting extra XXL scrunchies. So I'm like, yo, I could totally do that, which I did. But the number of trials and error that went with totally doing that was significant. So now I understand why they charge what they charge for their bonnets. I mean, their scrunchies, because there's a lot of research and a lot of time that goes into making that stuff. So if you purchase or when you purchase from a small business owner, please note that when they price stuff, it's because a lot of research, a lot of time, a lot of tears, a lot of redos went into making that product. It is not easy. For those who don't know, this is a Budkin. Budkin. Bodkin. Budkin. I love my Budkin. I had a shorter one. Still do. Have quite a few shorter ones. And I enjoy using them. But the longer one is just faster when I am doing hair bonnets. Oh, well, actually, let me rephrase that. It's faster when I'm doing satin bonnets, okay? Like, or, yeah. Because when I'm doing the shower bonnets, it sometimes pulls because I guess plastic on plastic or whatever. It's not plastic. The material is not plastic, but just it doesn't move as smoothly as what I get here with this. So for that one, I use my old Budkin, which my old baby doesn't let me down, doesn't let me down. Okay, I'm singing for y'all. Yeah. Alright, so for those wondering what's going on with my hair, please don't wonder. This is how it's been all day. After my butched haircut job a few weeks ago, not that long ago, this is what I'm rocking, okay? I know that when I go get my hair straightened, I'm going to take quite a bit off. I am kind of mentally preparing myself for that because look at this. Clearly I didn't do a very good job. And I know my hair has like this weird shrinkage thing, which I don't understand, okay? I've been natural for 8 years now. Well, 8, going on 8 years. I think. I can't even remember now. I can't do the math. I gotta look at my books to find that out. But anyways, yeah, so, that was an important lesson I had to learn today. And it was good to learn it, and I'm glad I decided to do this because if I hadn't, I would feel like what other people were doing, I probably would not have valued it as much, and now I have a whole new appreciation for the work that other people do, not just for creating embroidered files, because that's also not an easy task, trying to determine which process comes first. But also just doing the embroidery itself. Anyways, this is what y'all been waiting for. Ta-da! Boom! Alright, so it's going to be listed on my site, printedbonnet.com. Check it out if you're interested. I'm not going to make a lot of these. Let me just face that right now because the amount of time and effort and energy that went into making this, I do that every day. Yo! Besides, the shower bonnet is primarily my bread and butter anyway, so I'm not gonna, don't want to mess with that. But I love this. And the good thing about this is the embroidery is just on one side, so if you decide you want to flip it and just wear the plain side, you can do that as well. Anyways, thank you for listening to my ramblings. Visit my site, www.printedbonnet.com. Until next time, have a wonderful day, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'm taking some time off next week, and I am so excited about it. All right, talk to y'all later. Bye.